Hi there, and welcome back to Honest Reviews by Christina. Today, I wanted to share with you my experience with Caraway cookware. A while back, I read a lot about PFOA and the forever chemicals, and I knew that Teflon uses them. So, anytime you scratch the surface, there's a possibility that these chemicals are leaking out. So, I wanted cookware that does not have a PFOA, and I wanted cookware that is safer to use compared to others. So I started doing my research, and Caraway came up as one of the top. It's not cheap for sure, but I wanted to try it. So initially, my first purchase was in mid-May of 2023, which is now about 4 months ago, for something like that. And that was a Caraway Mini Duo, and I'm looking on the screen of my Amazon order. That was a mini fry pan, which I will show you in a second. Now, full disclosure, I've used this for a while, so it's not very pretty, but this is the mini version, and it really gets stained on the side. Not sure. I've tried not to use the baking soda, but on the outside I did use it, and it did come out a little bit, but because of the surface itself, you're not supposed to use any abrasives. Initially, when I started to use this pan, the eggs were sliding off it without even me even using any kind of oil. But probably about after a month of everyday use, that stopped happening, and I had to use oil, and over time it just got worse and worse and worse. Now it's just as a regular pan, unfortunately. Now I have to say that I probably did not follow all the instructions that Caraway provided, and they provide a whole booklet. I'm going to show you somewhere. So it's a whole booklet with a bunch of tips, and it specifically says this cookware is for use on low to medium heat only. I have to admit, I did not. Most of my cooking is done on medium to high heat, so there's a possibility that because of that, the surface, the protective surface, was removed, and because of that, it's no longer nonstick. Another thing is that you cannot use regular sponges that you typically use, or heavy brushes, again, because you don't want to remove this. So they actually provide you with a sponge that you can use on this cookware. It's basically, if you go to a store, it's Mr. Clean kind of, that kind of sponge, so you can easily buy it in a store. So I used it, but these sponges don't last long, so eventually I started using the opposite side, the non-abrasive side of a regular sponge. So I'm not sure if that also caused the issue. So another part of the set was a mini saucepan. It was a 1.75 quart. This is what it looks like. And this came with a lid like this. I don't remember if the mini fry pan came with a lid as well. I don't think so, but it covers it nicely. It has an opening right here for steam to escape. I actually covered it up because I've been using this to bake bread in the oven. This cookware is also high temperature safe, so you can put it in the oven up to 550 degrees Fahrenheit. And I typically bake at about 500. No issues so far. And the only thing I need to do is I usually coat with the surface with regular olive oil or avocado oil to prevent bread from sticking. So this has worked really well, and the non-stick surface here still works fine. So I don't know what exactly caused the non-stick surface from the pan disappear. Now the third item I bought from Caraway was a larger pan, and that one is a 10.5 inch frying pan. Is 2.7 quart. It's brand new, and I'm going to try to use it according to all the specifications. I love it so far. The first time you use it, it's just amazing how vegetables just slide off it, how eggs slide off it. So we'll see how long the surface actually lasts. I'm still happy with even with this pan, just because I guess maybe it's more psychologically that I believe that the even with the coating, the nonstick coating being gone, it still does not have those forever chemicals, and it's a safe ceramic surface to use. Plus, when I do coat it with oil, obviously it becomes nonstick as well. One interesting recommendation that I read in this booklet was that even though it's a nonstick surface, you still should coat it with oil, olive oil or avocado oil, and you should not use those nonstick sprays. Dish the sprays, and obviously they recommend using only wooden, silicone, plastic, or nylon products on it, no metal. Another thing I learned the hard way is because the handle is metal, if you touch it with your bare hand while it's on the heat source, you will burn yourself. Yeah. So intuitive, sure, but if it was coated with something that would have been nicer, but it's definitely easier to clean because it's metal as well. So highly recommend to use some kind of protective glove. So a lot to learn for sure, but when you spend that much money on cookware, you definitely want to learn. I still think it's worth it, and I will keep you updated how the last pan goes, how long the nonstick surface. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the set, and would highly recommend it to you as well. And I will put some links in the description if you're interested in checking it out yourself. If you have any comments or questions, as always, feel free to submit them below in the comments. Take care of yourself. Be well. Goodbye.